Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Justin here, and today I've got the unboxing for you of the iPhone 6s. So let's get right into it. The iPhone 6s I picked up this year was a 64GB gold, and that is a little bit of a step down from the 128GB model I picked up last year, as it was the only model available in my store when I lined up in Vancouver last year, but this time I went ahead and ordered online, and 64GB is really all I need. Of course, in terms of the improvements, you have a spec bump, the Apple A9 processor with 2GB of RAM, of course the upgraded camera of 12 megapixel with 4K video and 5 megapixels on the front, and the 3D touch. The fingerprint sensor is also being improved, and the iPhone 6s is also made out of 7000 series aluminum, making it durable, especially after the whole Bendgate thing last year. And after looking at my iPhone 6 from using it an entire year, I just realized today that it has a pretty noticeable bend to it. So I'm sure you've seen a ton of unboxings already flood your sub box today, so I want to just get through that process very quickly, and you can see that everything that you expect in the past is included with the iPhone, whether it is the wall adapter, your earpods, and the lightning cable. Like I mentioned, I did have the gold iPhone last year, and after seeing the rose gold one at the store, I sort of wish I picked that one up. So let's go ahead and boot up the iPhone 6s, set it up, and give you my first impressions. So obviously this year there isn't as much hype as when they do a major upgrade, kind of like last year. Nevertheless, I was excited to swap out my iPhone 6 as I've been waiting for a 4K camera on an iPhone for the longest time. And with my iPhone 6 starting to get a little bit slow and worn on me, it was time for a new one. So this is going to be my daily driver for the next year, as I am an iPhone guy. But now that we've got the iPhone 6s set up with all my stuff on it, let's go ahead and give you my first impressions. So first off, the Touch ID on the 6s is significantly improved. I noticed that right away. So 3D Touch was something that I really didn't care about when it was first announced. It was something that I didn't really use on my Apple Watch, but after trying it out on the iPhone 6s, I actually really enjoy it. It allows you to quickly glance at certain emails and also do that for apps and quickly access major features. And although right now it primarily only works on the Apple apps, apps such as Instagram have already integrated it. Quickly moving on to the camera, which is something I have been dying to try out after seeing some early camera tests. Of course, we were playing around with the live photo already, which I think is pretty cool. And that 4K video is crispy. With the iPhone being known to have probably the most consistent camera out there, or amongst the most consistent, it was finally time for a megapixel bump. And although megapixels aren't everything, 8 megapixels was slowly becoming a little bit of a thing in the past. So this year, the iPhone 6s has an upgraded 12 megapixel camera. On the 6s, you do not have optical image stabilization, while on the 6s Plus you do, and from what I saw in a comparison, the optical image stabilization looks extremely good. Of course, everything else pretty much stays the same here. You do have a 4.7-inch display with a resolution of 1366 by 750 and a 326 ppi. The colors are very vibrant, the display still looks great, and there's really no complaints that Apple didn't jump to a 4K or UHD display. But other than that, I'm jumping right to this as my daily driver. All my stuff is on it. I'm going to be using it and putting it through its paces over the next few weeks, and of course bringing you my comparisons, tests, camera comparisons, and full review. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, be sure to hit that like button as it helps the channel out a bunch, and let me know if you picked up the iPhone 6s today, in what variation and color, and I'll see you all in the next video.